What up, it's Brandon here. Welcome back to Blader News, your number one rollerblading news source. So since this video is late, there's a bunch of stuff to talk about, so let's not waste any time. And as always, just roll into it with some industry news. And the first thing I want to talk about today is some really exciting news around a new rollerblade related game. And it's not On a Roll. Although On a Roll is pushing out its last update. It's gonna be pretty much opening up modding so that the community can make content for it, but just kind of sad but kind of cool. Once that's released, I'll let you know how it is. But better than that, we have this new game called Roller Champion. So this is a game made by AAA developers, and it's essentially exactly like the game Rocket League, except you don't play as a car, you play as a rollerblader. So if you don't know what Rocket League is, it's pretty much a game of soccer and in a small arena where you're driving around as a car trying to score a goal, just like soccer. And it looks like this new Roller Champion game is the same kind of thing, but you're skating around and you're throwing it through a hoop. You're throwing the ball through a hoop, so I don't know, sounds pretty cool to me. The best thing about this is there actually is a free demo out right now. So if you go check out the trailer, link in the description right now, it'll link you to the website where you can try the game out for free. I haven't tried it myself because I just don't have the time, so I don't know what it's like, but you should definitely go do it. Tell me what you think. My opinion, this is really cool, and I've heard a decent amount of people saying they're not too happy with it. They're kind of not impressed. They said it looks a bit slow and boring. But I think this is really cool. I think if this is going to be anything like Rocket League, it's going to be pretty popular as kind of like a pastime game, meaning rollerblading is going to be taken to the eyes of a bunch of new people, and hopefully that'll inspire some people to at least put some skates on and try rollerblade. And, you know, who knows where that will lead. So shout out to the developers who made that game. It's super sick. But this is Blader News, so I would love to know your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. And some other news, you remember pro skater Levi who left the DAPS, and how I was pretty sure there's no way he's going to Roces? Well, it's been confirmed he's now an ambassador for Roces. This is pretty interesting though, because he's not a pro, but he was a pro for a DAPS. So he's obviously just loves the skates, which is pretty cool. Who knows where that's gonna lead. He did recently just release some new content with a bunch of his mates, including Martin Danning, who's one of my favorite skaters at the moment. He's got a really unique style. He really thinks about skating differently. He doesn't try to copy people. He tries to skate his own way. So anyway, this video with Levi and him is super good watch. Highly recommend checking it out. It'll be linked in the description as well. I just want to show some more love for Levi and Martin, because you guys are so sick and you're killing it, and I look forward to seeing more from you guys. Speaking of pro skaters though, remember that really fire Alex Broskow edit that was featured in the last Blader News? Well, it turns out all that footage was stolen. If you paid any attention at all to rollerblading, you know that all the footage in that video was from the Seconds VOD. I figured when I first watched it that whoever released this edit had permission, since it was obviously raw clips that he's using. It's not like it was muted or anything. But the Seconds VOD does include 30 minutes of B-roll. So obviously the guy who posted that edit just chopped that up into this remixed edit. I reached out to Mike Torres. I'm probably saying that name wrong, I'm sorry Mike. But he confirmed that he did not give permission for this to happen, and it's pretty sucky. So obviously I felt really bad for sharing that because it really spoils the Seconds VOD. But that being said, I did purchase Seconds VOD, and it is well worth the money. If you're not going to buy it for how the edit's meant to look, which is absolutely fire, then you should definitely get it for the bonus 8-second montage, which is all filmed in the old style camera, super stylistic and cool. And if you don't get it for that, you should definitely get it for the 30 minutes of B-roll, because nothing hypes me up more than seeing how AB overcomes tricks and gets things done. So yeah, highly recommend it. That'll be linked in the description. Go support Alex and Mike, because they definitely got a bit ripped off here, which is so lame. Them and Alex Broskow also just released a short edit promoting his new powder skates, and it is so fire. He's the king of New York, Alex Broskow, man. He's so sick. But he did get a decent amount of really stupid comments on this section. A lot of people saying that, you know, like this one, saying hasn't skated in 30 years and he could do that. You know, that's total bullshit. I can't believe Alex Broskow's getting hate like this. If you ask me, in my opinion, hammers and scary ass tricks is not the future of rollerblading anymore. Being creative and being tech and looking at skating differently is definitely the future of rollerblading, in my opinion, of course. So this powder edit was absolutely fire, and I hope Alex Broskow knows that. He should know that. You know, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It'll be linked in the description. Leave a nice comment, because, you know, how could you not? Alex Broskow's killing it, and these comments are so whack, I don't understand. I'd like to see them put out an edit like that. But anyway, and some more pretty sad news. We had a bunch of knockoff skates spotted on Alibaba. No one here in my country, New Zealand, like uses that website, so I don't really know much about it at all, but from what I've heard about it, it's the king of ripping things off. So I think something similar to this happened with the them skates a while back when we had that knockoff them come out. It just sounds like the manufacturer of all these skate brands is really doing the brands dirty and like selling the molds out for pretty cheap. So I highly doubt I have to say this, but everyone watching this, you better not be buying from this stupid knockoff website, you know. Support the original brands, the brands that like invented and made these molds, not the ones stealing it. And the worst part is it also kind of opens up showing how much the skate's actually worth compared to how much they're sold for, which is pretty lame. I feel like it's better to have that kind of not known to the public. But anyway, enough of that sad news. And some much happier news. Remember that rollerblade movie getting made called Old Souls? Well, the Kickstarter has been live for a bit now, so definitely go check that out. That'll be linked in the description. But best of all, if you are Australian, he's got a competition going on now where if you pledge over $30, you go on a draw to win a free pair of skates, thanks to Skater HQ. So make sure you go check that out. Remember, this movie is going to be free for everyone to watch once it's completed, but the creator is going to need some money to go travel around the world and film all this. So go help him out. Send him some money just so we can get this product out there and we can see how it's done. It's not like this just die out at the first step. Check out, link in the description. So that's it for industry news, but as always, this is Bladed News. I'd love to know your opinions on any of the stories I talked about today. Let me know in the description down below. I'll be down there talking to you. But now, let's move on to everybody's favorite part of the show, product news. Starting off with some products I missed last mid-month. I don't know how to say that. We got some new trigger skates, and these are looking very old school. They come set up flat, which is almost non-existent these days. It's really hard to find a flat frame, so it's very unique to them. They've got that old school, big, soft and comfortable looking. They even sent some out to Lino to try out, and Lino was having a blast doing front torques and stuff that he couldn't do on his solar frames on the M12s. He said it's definitely a unique skate in that sense. The best part about it too is they didn't only release these aggressive skates, they released the kids skate as well. You all should know that we definitely don't have enough products for kids in rollerblading, let alone aggressive rollerblading, so it's always really cool to see that a company is investing back into the younger generations, hoping to spark something there. So yeah, it's really cool to hear. And in my opinion, I'm super hyped for any new product, so this is really cool. I'm really excited to see where Trigger goes with the future of their products. On top of that, another thing I missed, we also got some new Conjure wheels. And I know I said I wasn't really about talking about the random wheel companies releasing new wheels, but these ones are extra sick because not only are they in this crispy, nice pink color, but they come with a free matching bag. And it's velvet as well, so that's super high quality, you know. Conjure doesn't need to be adding little stuff like this, but it's super cool. It makes it different to all the other wheel companies out there, which is really cool. And I appreciate what they're doing. And I'd love to try some of these wheels out because they've got a huge following and fan base now, which means that it must be a great product. So shout out to Conjure again. And some actual new products too, which I literally just missed. It came out on the day I posted Bladed News, which is honestly the worst part about doing this, when I like just miss it, you know, or I write the script and new stuff's coming out as I write it. But anyway, USD has released 2 new skates. First off is the 2019 Aeons 60. As always, USD is setting the standard for the future of rollerblading, you know, prioritizing bigger wheels and skating flat. They're even trying something different here where they're getting rid of the plastic buckle. Instead, they've got a Velcro buckle. Now, I haven't seen that since Chris Happy had his pro rem skate. And even when they did that, they didn't really commit to it. They sent them with the normal buckle as well. We've seen pictures of these leaked years ago now on Bladed News, so it's cool to see them be an actual release product right now. There's already been a bunch of fire content released for it as well, which is really cool. They seem to pair out to Lino, of course. He tried them out and he really wasn't a fan of the Velcro strap, I noticed. He said it kept coming undone, which definitely would worry me a little bit about that, but you know, who knows. It's probably just not the skate for Lino. And the other skate USD release is the 2019 Aeon 80s, which is a crazy mix between an urban skate and aggressive skate. 80mm is huge if you ask me. I've never skated that size wheel. I mean, I've got some hundreds here, but I think that's a little different to 80s. I know one of my favorite channels, Roll Life, he's a big fan of skating Aeon 80s, and you know, it makes me want to try skating a skate flat with that big wheel. I feel like that must be so hard because I kill my ankles skating 72s. So it's very impressive that people are skating aggressive with these. But nonetheless, it seems like a really cool, high quality product as always. And I do really hope I can try some Aeons one day. I have no plans at this stage, but I would definitely love to try. Finally, my 50/50 is testing some new wheels. They literally just released their first set of wheels, which is super soft, making them very unique to the rest of the wheel game. They are 85A. Of course, a bunch of people were saying that a wheel this soft was just not good for them. They're saying it's going to wear too fast and they want a harder wheel with the same profile. And of course, Law, being the nice dude he is, he listened and he's now testing a new hardness, which is only slightly bit harder. It's the 85A 50/50 wheel, and they're white this time, not black, just so he can tell the difference. I think the true test for them is going to be if they do last longer, since they're a little bit harder. But just like he designed, they fit in this frames well. There's like almost no wheel bite, and seems like a great quality product as always. I would absolutely love to try 50/50 frames out. I've been trying to get my hands on some Solars, but honestly, I think I should just save my money and get some 50/50 frames and a full setup just to try it all out, because Laura's definitely sold it to me. Seems like a really good quality product, so who knows, we'll see. No commitment yet, but yeah, that's all the products I could find over the last few weeks. I'm excited about them all. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on all of them, and do you agree with me that bigger wheels flat is the future of rollerblading, and not hammers but more tech and creative ways of skating? Let me know. Now that we're done with product news, on to my favorite part of the show, media y'all should check out. And oh man, is there so much stuff I want to share with you guys this month. I got so many unique cool things, so let's jump into it with this really cool new learning to skate website that I found. Someone's doing this completely non-profit just to help fill the void of how confusing it can be to try learn the names of grinds and how to do them. It's got a whole list, and it's early days. When I first found it, he'd only just got the skates animated, but last I saw, he had a full skeleton of a skater, which means this is going to be a really useful tool for new skaters and learning the names of tricks and like really dialing down on what things are actually called, which could be pretty controversial, because I know, if you know the old alley-oop unity Savannah arguments. Moving on, we also got some really cool artwork by a new friend of mine, Mark. He has hand-drawn some artwork from Fish Guys 3, and it is so crisp and sick, so I highly recommend checking it out and the rest of his work over on his website. Not only that, but I also found this old video of his, which is really cool and cinematic, of him skating this abandoned spot in Thailand. It looks really chill. He really has that eye for those cool angles. Slightly reminds me of Blue, you know, but without Joe Atkinson, of course, so yeah, it's kind of unfair to compare, but it's worth a look anyway. And rollerblading was once again featured on the massive skateboarding channel Braille Skateboarding with the Floor is Lava challenge, where B3 absolutely killed it. He was the only one that really held in there to the end. This episode even featured our homie Biz, so shout out to Braille, shout out to Biz, shout out to B3 and everyone that went to that and killed it. Definitely worth checking out. You also got this really cool two-part series video of Will It Grind, where this guy takes a really old classic pair of skates and tries to do some grinds that really shouldn't be done, even set slides. And it's so cool. I'm so jealous he did this. I've wanted to do this for myself for so long, but if I made it myself, there's no way in hell I'd be doing sweet stances down a hover. So you killed it, man. Definitely worth checking that video out. Check it out. There's also this really cool edit where some aggressive skaters go try to do some urban called FSK. It's really interesting and unique kind of grab your attention video, so I definitely recommend checking that out as well. We've got a super late Winter Clash edit finally released by Butter TV, really bringing back the hype of Winter Clash. I definitely recommend watching that as well. Captures some really cool parts. Man, I've got to go to Winter Clash. I've got to find a way to go. I really want to go one day, hopefully. Sean Keen's Gromby part also released. No idea if I said any of that right, but Sean is literally reinventing wall rides and grinding up and down walls, so this video is super good. Highly recommend checking that out as well. Gromby is also on sale right now for only $3, so definitely worth copping that. I know how much the fees are for Selfie, so that they're going to be barely making any money off that, so please go support them as well. Finally, we got this really cool article written by Blader Union about the legend Bill Stoppard and how his YouTube channel came to about and how it became as big as it is now, and everything about him and skating. It's a really good read, even for someone who doesn't like reading, so go check that out as well. That, along with everything else I just mentioned, as always, is linked in the description, so please go check them out, send them some love, because this content is absolutely sick. And that's it for this fortnight of Blader News. I don't know how to say that yet. But as always, this is Blader News. I want to know your guys' opinions, so please let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on anything I mentioned today. I'll be in there talking to you, like I said. But before we go, I do have a couple things I want to mention. First off, I'm looking to up the quality of the media section of Blader News so that you really get drawn to stuff that you probably would have missed normally. So that being said, if you think you have any kind of content, this can be artwork, articles, some video that you just really want some help getting some eyes to, please send it my way, whether it's on Instagram or in the comments down below here. I would love to feature it in Blading News and hopefully help you get some attention to your guys' great content. But anyway, the other thing I want to let you guys know about is the Rose series from Lace. That includes this hat, the hoodie, the embroidered tee. It's all going away forever at the end of June, like I've said in the last 3 videos. So if you've been putting off getting it, now's the best time to get it. It's also all on sale, and to add to that, for today only, I'm going to add an extra 10% off the Rose hoodie. Today only, so you better get in fast. But yeah, that's it for Blading News. Thank you guys so much for watching. Huge shout out to my patrons, Adam, Kevin, Brothers Blading, Deb, Dennis, Fabian, Flowey, Freaky Geeks Podcast, Mark, Matt, and Mike. You guys are so amazing, and I'll see y'all on Monday with a Whatever Monday video. Peace out.